All right, we are live. Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. Obviously, AJ not here today. I'm joined by my good friend Trip Hanley. How you doing, Trip?
I'm doing great, Noah. How about yourself?
I am fantastic. I just gotta, put that on mute. Sorry, I was getting feedback from the YouTube. Don't like to.
It happens.
Yeah, don't need to hear myself at the same time. All right.
It's like so one of those speech jammers that like makes you trip up.
Exactly. We are underway with two Sweet 16 games right now. Gonzaga out to a 22-17 lead with 7:26 left against Arkansas, and Villanova up 10-9 over Michigan. 14:02 left in the first half of that one. Trip, I gotta ask, what are your well, first off, how's your bracket doing at this point? I know when you were on last, we were covering your bracket a little bit.
Yeah, I think we went over my Final Four on air. So viewers should know that two of my four Final Four, as well as two of my national champion contenders, have been eliminated. So I'd say my bracket is about as busted as anyone else's out there.
Oof. Hey, my condolences to you about the Wisconsin loss. That's a tough one.
That was
can't
tough.
Can't say I didn't see it coming, but
I mean, if we're healthy and if the refs call a fair game, who knows what happens.
Well, I got to say the round of 32 did teach me one thing, that every single team that lost was because of the refs.
Oh, right. I mean, dude, those refs, every single game,
I can't believe the audacity of those refs deciding to, change the outcome of every single game based on what they wanted.
I mean, and coincidentally, this happens to be probably the most bet on, sports tournament.
Yeah, I saw something. I can't remember what the exact number was.
In a long time.
Yeah, legally. The viewership's way up too on this. Probably has to do something with the amount of states that have legalized gambling at this point.
Exactly. It's only going up. So this has to be like the most bet on March Madness, probably legal money for sure. Coincidentally, the rest has something to do with every single one of those games.
Oh,
I don't know. It just gets you thinking. Money started flowing through the NCAA this year in and out of players' pockets. Who knows what's going on?
I don't know.
I can't.
We will find out. Did you happen to fill out a second chance bracket or anything like that, Trip?
I did actually.
Okay, I'm curious about your picks on that. My original bracket wasn't super chalky, but my second chance one, which I didn't switch up a ton of my picks that I originally had, but you could call my second chance bracket kind of chalky, I suppose.
That's pretty chalky. But I mean, obviously there's not going to be any upsets from here on out. I think it's pretty clear what's going to happen. All the top seeds are going to dominate through.
We'll find out. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are kind of maybe predicting some potential upsets. Looks like AJ in the chat joining in remotely saying, "Who we got, boys?" Trip, you want to take this one? Who are you on with this? Obviously, Gonzaga out to a 5-point lead now as Arkansas makes it 27-22.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Gonzaga is going to take care of business. They're pretty talented this year.
Yeah,
and every year.
I put together a little 8-team parlay with the Sweet 16 games, covering all of them because I had to.
Right.
You ready for this? It's nothing too crazy. Took Gonzaga, Texas Tech, Arizona, UCLA.
These are all spreads or money lines?
These are all money line. Okay. Arizona, UCLA, Kansas, and Miami. Took Villanova -4.5, and then St. Peter's to cover 12.5 against Purdue. Comes out to about plus 6,300 on that one. So we'll see.
That's solid. I mean, I guess at one point in your life, you're bound to hit it
Hmm.
once every 63 years.
Yeah, I mean,
So might as well play it.
can't argue with that logic. Can't argue with that logic.
It'll be a fun year when it does hit, huh?
Yep. And Arkansas with a nice little layup there, cutting into a 3-point game.
So
We got a little bit of fight here.
you're heavy
You know?
on Nova, huh?
Yeah, I am. I just I don't know. It'll be interesting. I just liked where the line was at with that because if they have like a couple point lead going down the stretch, I mean, they shoot almost 85% from the free throw line. So
That's true.
they're not a team you're
That's
going to be able
fair.
to claw back on playing the foul game.
Dude, Michigan, I don't know if you saw, but Hunter Dickinson in an interview was just saying, talking trash about other Big Ten teams. Because like 4 Big Ten teams were chanting NIT against them. And those 4 Big Ten teams are like sitting at home now. And so he was
Yeah.
calling every single one out.
Yeah.
And the last one was Wisconsin. So obviously, I hope Michigan gets waxed tonight.
Bro, they're wearing the same damn jerseys they wore against Tennessee, and I hate them so much. You seen those jerseys? There's like
No, my TBS app isn't working.
the big block, like blue M, and then in like smaller white font says Michigan afterwards. And it looks, I don't know. AJ and I were talking about this when we were covering the Tennessee Michigan game, and I brought it up like multiple times how much I just hate those jerseys. And like it's not even flush either. Like there's, I don't know. I don't know who designed those and why they keep wearing them, but somebody should be fired. So we got 4 minutes left, it looks like, in the first half here of Gonzaga, Arkansas. Still a 3-point game.
Who do you have winning your second chance bracket?
Well,
are you riding Zion?
Yeah, I mean, I had to, right? I couldn't.
Right.
You know, my original my original bracket, I may have only gotten 7 out of 16 correct for the Sweet 16. But of those 7, I have 5 of them in the Elite 8. I have 3 in the Final 4 and 2 in the championship. So I'm not too discouraged. You know, I had a very sloppy bracket early, but the end pieces are still intact, looking pretty good either way. I've got Gonzaga winning this one. I've got Tech beating Duke and then beating Gonzaga to make the Final 4. I've got UCLA over North Carolina. Obviously took Purdue. Gonzaga, Texas Tech, UCLA, Purdue, and Arizona were all, those are my 5 Elite 8 picks that are still in it. And then for my second chance, I took Villanova over Michigan, and then Kansas, Miami. I put Miami in the Final 4 just because I felt like it.
We have all the same picks except for Kansas Providence in the first round.
You got Providence.
I Providence over Kansas, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. They don't look good at all, except for the fact that they keep winning.
Yeah, I mean,
they're weird like that.
Honestly, it's more of a play on shorting Kansas, just because they're prone to an upset. They're not very good at holding on to leads and like running away with it. They're like teams are always going to be in it against Kansas. So
yeah, and we saw that in the second round with their matchup against Creighton.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so
Miami over Kansas.
Yeah, just for fun. Miami's playing some damn good basketball right now. Yeah, and they handled Auburn just fine. Obviously, Auburn kind of skidding down the stretch of the season a little bit, but they kind of dominated that game against Auburn. So if they can do that against Auburn, I think they can do that against Kansas. I'm a little shocked at how that's only like a 1 or a 2 point spread in that Iowa State Miami game. I would have thought they would have given Miami at least 4 or 5 points. But what do I know?
I don't know. Iowa State's pretty good.
Yeah, are you saying that just because they beat Wisconsin?
I mean, they did beat the best team in the field. Yeah. Proven.
All right, best team in the field. Trip saying about Wisconsin. Well, we are at commercial break. Should be hopefully our last one or one of our last ones of the half for Gonzaga and Arkansas. Tight one there. Checking in, Villanova up to an 18-11 lead on Michigan. 10:28 left in that one.
If it was Wisconsin, Miami, what would you peg the line at?
I mean, if Wisconsin had won, I would assume they would have been like a favorite, but I don't think it would have been more than like a 1 or 2 point favorite for Wisconsin. I mean, Miami's looked really good. That's just where I would put it. I don't know though, because clearly I'm like, I see some of these lines and I'm like, well, that's really far off.
I was curious.
Where would you put it, Trip? Actually, I don't know if you're capable of pulling all the bias out of that.
Wisco minus 12.5.
Okay. Yeah, that seems accurate.
No, it'd probably be Wisco 3 or 4. Like this Villanova Michigan game.
Yeah. Oddly enough, is it just me or does it feel like the last 4 or 5 years, the only Big Ten teams that have been advancing are Purdue and Michigan, right on par this year?
Dude, Purdue doesn't advance usually. They always lose to like these first round teams.
Yeah.
And they they lost like Little Rock, maybe like Buffalo. Always like 13 seeds.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't done that in a few years at least, though, or a few tournaments. Maybe they have, and I'm just not remembering correctly. Otherwise, it seems like Michigan seems to be the only team in the Big Ten that ever, advances deeper into the tournament.
So gross. It's like the last thing we want.
Yeah. Well, back to play here with Gonzaga, Arkansas. 1 point game. Arkansas looking to take the lead. Getting blocked on the perimeter. They're holding their own so far against Gonzaga pretty well. Gonzaga's not, not that like there weren't enough people saying it, but they've kind of been I don't want to say stumbling through this tournament, but they haven't had that certain like conviction or like dominant stature that you'd want to see from them as the number 1 overall seed.
Vibe. I think the word you're looking for is vibe.
Yeah, they kind of suck. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
they're not rocking that same tournament vibe. I mean, like some teams come together like these last few rounds and play better basketball than like they've played all year, like noticeably better basketball. And if they finish strong, I mean they're there positioned against any other team. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose Arizona being in the same boat as Gonzaga hasn't looked super great the first 2 rounds necessarily.
I mean, they played in overtime. It's not.
Yeah. I mean,
not ideal.
Yeah, they got absolutely cleaned up on the glass, which will probably happen again with Houston. But I mean, if talking about Arizona, 18 turnovers in the first round, 16 against TCU, that's to me the big glaring thing that number needs to be more around 10 or 12 if they're going to want to beat Houston tonight, which I think they can do. I also think it'll be huge if Kirk Kriisa can hit some threes. Obviously 1 of 10 against TCU.
He bummed out.
Yeah, but here's my thing. Everybody, is kind of like coming at him a little bit for like his shooting. Here's the thing though. He was plus 24. The Wildcats were plus 24 with Kerr on the court, despite his 1 for 10 shooting. Yeah. So to me, that's the only argument you need to counteract his shooting. Cause if he's playing the way he does and he starts making some shots, that number is going to be better than plus 24. And I find it interesting. Everyone, focuses on his shooting, obviously, because he draws a lot of attention to it, shoots a lot, but he's a pretty mediocre 3-point shooter. If you just go based on percentages, he's at like 36%, 35%. So he's not like lights out. He just gets hot sometimes and he goes really cold sometimes.
It'll be interesting. I mean, Houston's good too.
Houston is a very good team.
Houston's really good. It's going to be back and forth. It could be another OT game. Could be a buzzer beater game. Ooh.
It could be. And what I have been saying leading up to this Arizona Houston game is this will be a national championship quality game, like caliber game. I think whoever
Maybe
wins
they
this,
should make it double elimination from the Sweet 16 on. Reseed into a double elimination tournament. How about that for a future?
whoever wins Arizona Houston gets to go to the Final Four, and the other one still gets a chance if they beat the winner of Villanova. Loser plays the Villanova Michigan winner.
Yeah. Just run it through. I mean, they make so much money. And
then
and think about how many games they could rig with the refs. Oh, everyone could make some money.
Think about how long this tournament would be if it were double elimination.
No,
it'd be like a solid
double
month and a half
from the Sweet 16 onward.
Interesting.
Or even the elite. No, maybe not.
I mean, at that point, why not just have 16 teams and just play a double elimination tournament? Like, screw the Cinderellas. Like, you got to be in the top 16 teams in the country to even play.
I guess. I mean, the best team, better teams are going to be winning if it's double elimination, right? Like teams like St. Peter's would have no chance because they'd have to win another game.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as like they would never win a series against Kentucky. They would probably not even win a series against Murray State. I think it would be closer, but I think in a 7-game series, Murray State's going to pull that one home.
Be interesting though.
Although Arkansas taking the lead 30-29, first lead of the game for Arkansas here.
Thought he was going to get rim stuff.
Interesting enough, Arkansas rather, not huge size wise. And that seems to usually be what gives Gonzaga troubles. But despite, being a little bit smaller, Arkansas is playing this game pretty damn physical, which you like to see if you're them.
I feel like I need a parlay.
You might. Hey, I mean, we're about to go to half here. You put in a live parlay, put in whatever type of parlay. We love parlays here. Interesting note about St. Peter's, something that not a lot of people realize is I think they're like 28th in the country in defensive efficiency. So not super great offensively, but they got a real solid defense on that squad, which has been part of why I don't know if Kentucky and Murray State, although both of those teams seem to have pretty off nights, in my opinion. So part of that, St. Peter's just getting lucky with playing teams at the right time, but we'll see if they can continue that against Purdue.
I think Purdue's going to take care of them. But I mean, obviously that never happens, and the bad team always wins and goes on. So go ahead and throw in your St. Peter's money line bets.
That's probably a pretty juicy money line. Not
plus 600, I'm getting, but better books you probably get better.
Could be. That'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. I do have them covering the spread. I just I think I got them at 12.5. Not confident enough in them to win, though.
I'm starting to think Texas Tech is like, if you pick Texas Tech, you're trying to be too cute. I think Duke's gonna take care of business.
I don't know, man. I mean, Texas Tech, where they got like number 1 ranked defense in all college basketball. And this is one of like a couple of these Sweet 16 matchups. It's going to be real interesting. Like, one of like 3 cases I'm looking at of like something's going to have to give with 2 teams playing severely different styles of ball. And that, this one with Duke, very good offensively, doesn't play very good defense. Texas Tech, the complete opposite of that. Arizona later tonight, you have Arizona playing with the number 6 tempo in all of college basketball. Houston is in the bottom 15 or 20 in the country in tempo. So I think ultimately that might decide the Arizona-Houston game, is who can force the other team into playing more of their style of ball. Like if Arizona can speed up Houston, I think that's a good sign. But if Houston slows it down too much, that probably favors them.
Fair.
And then the third one I see is North Carolina, UCLA. Like something's going to have to break in that. North Carolina loves playing that offense, scoring a lot of points, and UCLA plays a very slow, mucky type of game. And it'll be interesting. I think whoever can impose their style of game in all three of those will come out the winner.
Yeah, I got my parlay. I think it's a
You
banger.
do? Let's
Yeah.
hear it, baby.
All right. So we got Duke money line, which is just a coin flip. Leave that one out if you're looking for more sure money. We got Arizona money line, of course.
All right, riding with the Cats, baby.
Providence plus 290. I'll take that one. I've got them in my Final Four in the second chance bracket.
All right.
And I've got Iowa State at plus 125. Juice that pupper up.
Trip, I might fade you on all of those picks.
Well, you laughed at a lot of my picks on that other parlay.
Yeah, you're right. I did. And then Baylor went and screwed it all up for you. Well, and then gave you hope at the end too.
Well, no. Well, the beautiful part was luckily I was live in the comments and I advised people to cash out as we were going.
That you did. That you did. I can confirm that. And we have Arkansas with a 3.
Loyal viewers get rewarded. I just want to throw that out there. If you're watching, keep watching.
Trip coming at you with more free gifts.
I mean,
been pretty good to us so far. If you've been tailing that, we'll see if we can continue the magic. Trip, Arkansas up 32-29 at halftime. Should Gonzaga start worrying?
No, I mean it's halftime. It's March Madness. I mean these games always come down to the end. It's not quite as bad as the NBA, where like it's almost sure that every playoff game is gonna be like a 5-point game with 4 minutes left. But it's pretty close to where like it goes back and forth. Teams will battle it out, and who knows? Nothing to be worried about. I think with 3 points, I mean that's nothing. It's a shot.
I was gonna say the NBA always. Man, I don't even know the amount of like 15, 20 point leads in like second, third quarter that just disappear like nothing in the NBA.
Dude, live betting NBA, cheddar.
Just jump on those fat money lines.
The favorites that fall behind early, it happens like once every couple nights where like a big like 10-point favorite falls behind 15 in the second quarter, but they always come back, and that's the easy money. You get them even. NBA
or even plus money. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Look, there's probably something going right now. Let's check it out.
Could be. And we are back with Michigan and Villanova. Villanova up 20-15. 6:15 left in the first half of this one. Pretty low scoring affair here, as was kind of expected. Neither one of these teams like to, push the pace too much. And they're just going to slow it down here. We're going to get foul. Man, I feel like people probably shouldn't be overlooking Villanova as much as they are, but most of us are, including myself. Kind of feels like whoever wins this Arizona-Houston matchup, like I'm trying as hard as I can not to just like automatically advance Arizona or Houston to the Final Four.
Well, I mean, if it's Michigan, obviously you're gonna have a better chance, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, at this point, I don't think it really matters that much who you're playing.
Yeah, that's true. Better team's already here.
Right.
Or we
Because,
want
like,
to match up against, I guess.
yeah, I mean, it's like, do you want to play the team that's more talented or the team that's maybe slightly a little less talented, but is super hot and playing their best basketball of the year?
That's
kind of-
a
kind of a
question for
crapshoot.
the coaches that get paid millions of dollars.
And I think if you're a coach, you're not even focused on who you're playing next. It's until you actually like get there.
Right.
It's all hypotheticals. Although Michigan's going to have to figure out a way to like get scoring from somebody other than Dickinson. I mean, he had like almost half of their points against Tennessee. He's got 8 out of their 17 right now.
Oh, dude, those uniforms. What are they doing? Are they Adidas?
Yeah,
they're
I think
Jordan?
they're Jordan. Yeah, but
Oh,
like
oh yeah. Oh,
I don't get the big block M and then the different font for the rest of Michigan. They're just pretty ugly, I would say. And then they have the audacity to like call the jerseys maize. Like that's yellow. Who you trying to fool here? Those jerseys are yellow. No maize. Trying to get all fancy with it.
they look like Lakers jerseys that you get on AliExpress. The purple comes off. Comes like off center or off colored.
Yeah, the hue's wrong. It's like
Yeah.
blue instead of purple.
Like from the back, it looks like that.
Oh, Michigan with the 3 there, taking the lead, 22-20. Interesting. Villanova defender just literally falling on his ass there. Not how I would advise playing defense. Usually it helps to stay up on your feet.
Dude, I think I'm a minute behind you. They just hit the 3 to take the lead.
Oh, shit. Well, we're at commercial break now. I'll stop. You don't have to worry about me ruining anything else there.
That's fine. I'm just saying no comment. No comment on any gameplay.
Man.
The 3 was good.
Yeah. What game are you looking forward to the most here in the Sweet 16 trip? Obviously Arizona, probably.
Duke Tech.
Okay.
I think Arizona's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I think it will be. I would kind of prefer if it wasn't like as good of a game.
Right. Yeah, I think Duke Tech's my number 1. And Kansas Providence. Since I've got Providence, I think that's gonna be a fun one to watch when Providence takes it.
See, that's probably the game I'm least excited for in this round. Not that I don't think it like isn't. I think it could definitely be a close game, but I don't know. There's just nothing about that game like screams excitement to me compared to the other ones.
I mean, I think that's probably. Well, I say that as Arkansas is up 3 at halftime, but that's probably I think the potential to be the biggest upset this round.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the only other ones that are like contending would be if St. Peter's somehow pulls off another miracle, or if Arkansas beats Gonzaga. I would say that's a bigger upset. Maybe not, though. I mean, a lot of people counting Providence out, including myself. Whereas, I was like, Gonzaga will probably win, but Arkansas will have a chance. And I'm just looking straight past Providence and just ignoring them.
I mean, they're good. They're a good team. They've been discounted. I just think Kansas needs to be out of this tournament. They have no business being here.
They have no business, according to Tripp. And
no business. Shut them down. Get them out. Send them back to Lawrence.
Well, we have Kansas and Texas Tech. Are those? Oh, and Iowa State. We got 3 Big 12 teams still in it. Am I forgetting anyone? I think I got them all. Well, how about that for the Big 12? Showing up pretty nice. TCU Baylor obviously getting eliminated in overtimes in that second round. Who am I missing? Oh, Texas. Yeah, they lost.
Ugh, goodness.
They did not look anywhere near as good as they looked in the first round in that second round game against Purdue. Well, they kept it close.
I mean, like, is Texas ever going to get to the Elite Eight? No. The answer is no. So, like, it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
how old is Tom?
Yeah, I'm surprised they took that first game against Virginia Tech. A lot of people picking Virginia Tech in that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Texas handled business and then came up flat.
I guess they're technically the better team according to the committee.
Yeah, the committee and their foolproof seeding of everything. That's my favorite thing too, is like seeing everybody's like reseedings of the tournaments and all these other like rankings that have Houston as like a top 5 team, and like reseeding the tournament. They're like, oh, Houston should be a 1 seed, like the 4th 1 seed. And I'm like, yeah, then why the hell did we put him as a 5 tournament committee?
Are you scared?
I am. I'm nervous, man.
Dude, you sound like you think Arizona's gonna lose.
I think this game could go either way. Like Arizona's going to need to play better than they have. Like if we're playing our A game and they're playing their A game, like our A game's better than their A game. But we haven't shown up with our A game yet in this tournament. So
that's fair.
We'll see if they can muster that up tonight, but obviously never going to be too scared or worried when we got Benedict Mathurin. That dude is just able to flip it into just another gear that not many other players have.
You see, there's a potential scandal out with him.
Yeah.
So I heard he tried to reach out to apologize.
Yeah, and heard
TCU athletic department.
Heard nothing back.
And heard nothing back. So who knows what's going on there? But I think for now, something will probably pop up like a day or two before the national championship game and really, really screw it up. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I thought the funny thing though too was like most of the people trying to push that as a story were either TCU fans, Houston fans, or like UCLA or Arizona State fans or whatever. So
hey, I don't know. I've heard some things.
Ooh, Gillespie. Nice little 3 there. Ballooning that lead back up to 5.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't anticipate anything will come out of that whatsoever. Especially because there's that one camera angle, and then if you look at it from like the other camera angles, it looks like there's no contact at all. But enough of that. Villanova trip. What do you think Michigan has to do if they want to come back in this one? Do you think they will come back? Do you think they can?
They're gonna have to pick up the scoring and probably score more than Villanova does on the way out from here.
Yeah, that usually helps.
Honestly, I haven't been watching really at all. I've kind of been busy talking.
No worries. Michigan in their ugly maize jerseys, cutting it to 3. They have been down at half.
It hurts my eyes to look at those things, dude.
They have been down at half both of their tournament games so far. not really a recipe for continued success. So, they may want to like try to go into half like up at some point if they want to keep moving on. Feels like they're going to run out of comebacks here pretty soon. Probably tonight. Probably right now. As Michigan taking a corner three, not even get to the basket because it's going to clank off the side of the backboard.
In this Gonzaga game, my eyes are bleeding.
Too much maize.
Too much maize.
God, those jerseys are just so bad. Like, you know what it looks like? It looks like it said Michigan, and then they like kind of cut out like a big like block M from like a magazine, and then just like slapped it on the M that was already there in Michigan. And
It's
thought they were
called
getting
pop art.
Yeah, okay. Thought they were getting all cute with it, but I'm not a fan for one.
It's all right. Don't have to look at it anymore.
No,
really need Villanova to take care of business, so we don't have to look at those.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with Michigan moving on too, because beat them out of spite with the ugliness. That would be an interesting rematch if it happens from earlier this year. Arizona obviously trashing Michigan earlier in the year. Back when Michigan was ranked number 4 in the country. Yeah, if you forgot about that, there was a point this year where Michigan was ranked number 4.
Was that just like week 1, week 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
And
the committee was onto something, huh?
Yeah, unranked Arizona, number 4 Michigan. Oh, how the tables have turned a little bit. Yeah, we'll see if we get a rematch.
Spot.
Rematch there. We're at halftime with both of these games. Do have 2 more exciting games today. We'll see what happens with those. Trip, it does feel like most games are pretty tight once you get this deep into the tournament. Not a lot of blowout victories or losses.
Are you saying double down on St. Peter's?
That's not really what I was alluding to necessarily, but I'm on St. Peter's to cover. Give me a double-digit spread. Who knows? Maybe they'll get squashed like a bug, or maybe they're gonna fly like a peacock.
I think there's a chance that anything could happen.
Very, very in-depth take there from Trip.
I think expect going into the game expecting, not knowing what's going to happen. Because these games, you never know what's going to happen.
You know what would have been really interesting, like in the first round, because you had like Texas or Texas A&M, like Oklahoma, Wake Forest, and somebody else, SMU maybe, as those like 4 like fill-in next ones.
Oh, yeah,
like if something COVID happened with like let's say with like a 13 or a 14 seed, and so you have like a 4 seed, and then you got to play like A&M instead of like somebody else.
A&M, they're playing tonight, huh?
No, not tonight, but they are.
Or something. They're doing well, I think.
Yeah, they play Washington State in the semifinal.
They won yesterday.
Yeah, other semifinal is Xavier and St. Bonaventure. Which, bro, I don't know. I saw some take that it was like the NIT should just be mid-majors. Like they shouldn't even invite power conference schools. And I kind of agree with that a little bit. Like it'd be fun to just see like all the best mid-majors that didn't make.
I was about to say
March Madness tournament.
Probably almost want to lose the NIT before I win the NIT. Because if you win the NIT, then you have to say that you're NIT champions, and then it's implied that like you didn't make the tournament that year. Whereas if you lose it, it's like forget about the year, nothing happened.
instead of having to hang up a banner that says NIT champions.
Exactly. Like I'd almost rather not win the NIT than win the NIT.
I mean, you could also
Almost
just
all the player.
some schools have rejected their NIT like bids before.
Right.
Like I think Arizona's done that. Like
I mean,
one of those last couple of years against Sean Miller, we just rejected the NIT bid. Because it was like the whole like Arizona's above playing in the NIT.
I mean, I think if you get invited, you should go. But
although, like, if you're Texas A&M specifically, I think you do want to win it because then you can say, like, you know, you can play off of the whole we were snubbed, which a lot of people do think they were snubbed for making the field. And
I guess that's fair.
If you go and you dominate and win every game by double digits and win the NIT championship, then it's like, yeah, look, we won every single game in this tournament by 10 plus. Like, should have been in March.
I mean, their situation's different for sure.
Yeah, but if you're not like in an A&M situation, if you're not a team that people thought got snubbed, like if you're just like fucking like Oregon or something,
if you gotta lose, you gotta get out.
I don't think you care.
Maybe win one or two, have fun, but get out.
Take some bets against yourself and throw the game.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, something's going on
with the refs. Wow, Gonzaga 9 turnovers in the first half to Arkansas's 5. Both teams shooting like crap. Nice.
No surprise.
We love it. Love some sloppy basketball before we can get to the pretty stuff later on.
This game is in San Francisco?
It is in San Francisco.
Chase Center. Who plays there? Is it a hockey team? No, there's no hockey team up there.
Is that where they're at right now? Is Chase Center?
Yeah.
Home of I don't know who. That's not where the Warriors don't play there, right?
They did change their stadium name.
Maybe
I know it's not working.
Or I mean, it could be the San Francisco Dawn.
It is. It's Oracle.
Oh,
Chase Center is the new Oracle.
I was going to say, I figured University of San Francisco wouldn't have a big enough basketball stadium for like a venue for Sweet 16 Elite 8.
Dang. The 18th.
So why do I feel like I know Chet's obviously a really good player, but I feel like this tournament so far, it's been Drew Timme and a bunch of scrubs or teammates, whatever you want to call them. But like Timmy's been playing out of his mind and the rest of the team's just kind of been sucking.
What's his name? Holmgren?
Yeah, he hasn't really done shit all tournament.
He's been all right. But yeah, I agree. Not a lot of support from other guys. But if it starts clicking, like they're probably gonna be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, no, they are very dangerous if it does click. But if it just remains, just Drew Timme and he's not getting any help, like
right, you don't want that.
Well, they're not even gonna win this game if Timme doesn't get some help from somebody
else. Are you saying live bet Arkansas? Are you telling viewers live bet Arkansas? Are you telling them it's free money?
I don't want to go as far as saying it's free money because obviously Timme might just take this over and be the big difference maker. But I don't know. Gonzaga's not looking overly impressive to me personally right now. That's all I'm saying. They don't look like they're national championship good. I'm not saying they're not going to make it out of this game, but I don't know. I've seen better basketball out of a number of other teams that are in the tournament.
They want to slam Gonzaga.
You're gonna slam Gonzaga.
I think I'm gonna do that right now.
All right. I mean, what you got him at?
I don't know. Let's give it a peek.
You're probably like still like 4.5, 5, 6 point favorites. Would be my guess.
Ooh, 5.5.
Yeah, I maybe wouldn't
Um,
take that.
what should I do, Noah? Money line's 350. I can't do that. Guess I gotta
No.
hope Arkansas stays in it. Cheering for Arkansas for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, you need Arkansas. Maybe wait and see if Arkansas can get up to like a 3-4 point lead, and then take some action. I guess I don't know.
Need like a 5-0 Arkansas run.
You need Chet Holmgren to like break like a toothpick.
Dude, you could literally make a action figure of him that's just toothpick.
No, you'd probably take a hot dog and then
Anyway.
stick four toothpicks in it, and then a little like Lego head.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
there we go. 3-point Arkansas lead now.
Ooh.
Good old woo pig suey.
I'm not seeing a 3-point lead. The book is ahead of everything else.
Yeah, always is. Ooh. Chet. Training a 3. Yeah, we are tied up at 36. Toothpick man got a sweet stroke.
Toothpick man.
I did see he's fallen back in a lot of draft projections since the start of the tournament. A lot of them have him more at like 5 or 6 overall, and he was pretty much a unanimous top 3 coming into this. But like I said, he's been quiet, hasn't really done much the first 2 games, and then you got other guys like Benedict Mathurin and Paolo Banchero on Duke and Jaden Ivey just really improving their stock, while Chet just kind of he just kind of stands there and is lanky.
Yeah. I mean, I have no comment. When it comes to like scouting players for the NBA, I mean, I've got a little bit of an eye for it, but no clue. Couldn't
Yeah,
tell you.
and I mean, obviously with Chet, like his skill set is so good, which is why he's
Right for how tall he is.
so high. But obviously, like if he went into the NBA today and had to play without months of strength training and stuff like that, he'd get absolutely brutalized by a lot of the bigs in the NBA.
Yeah, he'd have a bunch of bruises after the game.
And he kind of, when they played Memphis until Duren got in foul trouble, he was kind of pushing Chet around a bit and having his way. Like, yeah, I mean, he's a great shot blocker, but he's not really a very not physical post presence at all. Just kind of got to go straight at him, not try to get cute and go around him.
He's a great college basketball player.
Yeah, and we'll see how well or how poorly that translates. First step would probably be get over 200 pounds. That would be.
You think he's under 200?
Yeah, 195.
Dang.
7 foot, 195.
Dude. Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a bit wild.
He's got to eat the double decker PB and J's. That'll throw some weight on him.
Yeah, just gotta get into the cheese curds and beer a little bit.
Yeah, that'll help too. Let me tell you.
Start packing it on.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to gain that freshman 15 or more.
Easy enough.
Yeah, I don't understand why he can't do it. So many of us, so many of the others of us, just do that without needing to.
Right. They must not serve the cheese curds up at Gonzaga's
Spokane.
campus up in Washington.
Yeah, they don't have any of that fun, delicious stuff.
No, what dude? What they probably eat stuff from the ground, like all the healthy stuff, all the vegan,
Like urban
yeah,
foraging
salad.
or whatever
Yeah,
they
yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Farm to table or urban farming. Yeah, yeah. They're the whole thing. Hydroponics, internal self-sustaining process, the whole deal.
That's the diet they've got Chet on, you think?
Yeah. So
He's just
like, I mean, I guess it depends where he gets drafted. If he gets drafted to Milwaukee, like good for him. I think he's gonna be a good spot. If he gets drafted to, maybe another like Warriors squad or Sacramento team, uh,
Portland.
yeah, a Portland team would do him dirty. Like
Look at
I
him.
don't
Like
know, he
he
might not ever be ready for the NBA if that happens.
I mean, he just got called for a foul there in that last possession because he's just getting absolutely manhandled. Like, I guess when you got a, big 240, 250-pound man running at you and you're, made of sticks and paper, that's kind of what's going to happen.
It's gonna happen, man.
And Jalen Williams missing the first free throw. Arkansas has not been shooting terrific from the line this game.
Bet line's getting close.
Is it? We finding anything? We got anything juicy yet on that trip? You taking any action yet? 4-point game?
Not yet.
Ooh. Should have gone before Timmy made that shot then, I guess. Hell yeah, dude. True Timmy. Beautiful mustache.
Oh, yeah, I should have.
Beautiful mustache. Beautiful game. You know who else has a beautiful mustache? Doug Eddert.
Yeah. We'll see
He's
how it works for him.
Yeah, kind of becoming a little bit of a nationwide sweetheart. Everybody loves Doug.
I saw him get a Barstool sponsorship. They're selling merch with his stuff on it.
Really?
Yeah, obviously, they're all about the mustache.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
awesome.
Buffalo Wild Wings too got a hold of him.
Oh, I saw he had like enough Buffalo Wild Wings for like a family of 4 or 5 or 6 in front of him.
Yeah, life got good for Doug.
Yes, it did. Trip, as we are about to get back to the second half of Michigan Nova, we got the rest of this Gonzaga Arkansas game. We do, unfortunately, have to get off of air here pretty soon. Any final thoughts, comments for anybody watching on what to look forward to for the rest of the round here or the rest of March Madness?
Let's take a look. I gotta see the games. I'm a visual guy.
All right, visual man. Trip all about the visuals.
Yeah, tonight that Texas Tech Duke game is gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna be an all-timer. And there's a good chance it's Coach K's last game. I did have Duke in that parlay though, so I'm not gonna go against that. But that's gonna be awesome. I think just watch for Providence to sneak by and maybe make some noise. We might see him in the Final Four in the championship game. And other than that, bear down, go Cats. You know how the story goes.
Hell yeah, I will definitely be watching very intensely that Arizona Houston game. Hopefully the Cats come out on top. I want to see some monster games from a number of those boys. And yeah, bear down, baby. As always, like, share, subscribe, DGens. It's been a pleasure, and we will be live maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. We'll be bringing you more live content